Good day, everyone, colleagues, fellows, educators, and of course, our brilliant students. Today, I want to talk to you about something that lies at the very heart of the learning experience, something that transforms assessment into development and performance into growth. That is feedback. But I am not talking about just any feedback. I'm talking about meaningful, timely, and transformative feedback, especially after one of the most revealing moments in our students' academic journey, the oral exam. An oral assessment is not just an evaluation, it's a mirror, a moment where students' voices, ideas, and fears come to the surface. And what we do after that moment, how we respond, guide, and support them can make all the difference. So, today, let me walk you through the four essential types of feedback that we, as educators, must master and use with intention. Here they are, the four types of feedback for oral assessment is the formative, immediate, reflective, and summative. The first one refers to the formative shaping. It is the path before the exam. Formative feedback. Formative feedback is what we provide just before the oral exam. It's woven into class discussions, practice presentations, and one on one guidance. This feedback is proactive. It helps the students build their confidence and skills before they are formally assessed. It is where we say, you are improving your fluency, but let's add more linking words or try rephrasing that idea with more academic tone. Formative feedback is about developing, developing, not judging. It's where we build the scaffolding so that students feel prepared when the time comes to speak. Here we have an example. It occurs between the current and desired performance. Here's an example. Your presentation is well organized, but using more liking words could improve the coherence of your speech. That's something that we can say to our students. The second one is the immediate feedback, capturing the moment. Now let's talk about immediate feedback. That's window right after the oral exam. The adrenaline is still rushing, the memory is fresh, and the students are still emotionally engaged. This is the perfect moment to say, you had excellent eye contact, or let's revisit how you've supported your arguments. This feedback is direct, focused, and energized. It addresses specific moments and behaviors that happened just a few minutes ago. Done well, immediate feedback validates effort and gently points toward areas for reflection and adjustment. The immediate feedback improves content, retention, and motivates students. A phrase that you can say is good pronunciation of psychology. Just be mindful of your speaking pace to maintain clarity. We do not evaluate velocity, we evaluate how the cadence and how the speaking part comes using the right vocabulary, the good strategies that come from questions to answer coherently what the student has been asked. Now the third one is the reflective feedback. It's the cultivating self-awareness. The reflective feedback is perhaps the most underused, yet most powerful tool we have. This is where students take ownership. They are invited to look back on their performance and ask themselves, what felt right? What would I change? Did I manage my nerves? Did I communicate clearly? Encouraging this process develops critical thinkers and autonomous learners. We're not just teaching English, we are developing reflective minds. And as teachers, we must model this process to reflecting on how we gave the exam, how we responded, and how we can improve the learning experience next time. The reflective feedback is the key to developing metacognitive skills. And what are the metacognitive skills? We know that we can talk about those metacognitive skills in three main words: awareness, regulation, and reflection. The awareness is knowing what you know and what you don't know. The regulation is the meaning on how you learn, your planning, your monitoring, your adjusting, and the reflection, thinking about what worked and what didn't after learning. The reflective feedback helped our students to become very reflexive, very clever on discovering from where they are going and where they are doing things better. But that's going to be the help from the teacher. That interaction, that communication is truly necessary. And so, encouraging this process for our students needs to be right there after the oral evaluation. Maybe other questions can come, the student goes relax, and here the teacher can have the capability of saying what things went right and what things can be improved. The fourth type of feedback is the summative feedback. The summative feedback is the final mirror. The summative feedback is more than a grade. It's a moment of synthesis. Here we provide comprehensive reflection. We highlight strengths, point out and pinpoint patterns, and outline next steps. It's a chance to say, you've grown, or here's what to focus on for your next oral task. But we must remember that summative feedback should not close the door. It should open the next chapter in the learner's journey. Therefore, right after that, we tell our students what things went beautifully, how and what situations need to be adapted or modified or improved. Finally, set a challenge. Then, when they leave the classroom, they are ready for more. They are confident, they are supportive, and they are strong. So, let me say this very clearly to you: feedback is not a formality, it is a force. It is a bridge between potential and performance, between effort and excellence. And when we, as educators, take the time to deliver thoughtful, personal, and strategic feedback, we empower our students not just to speak, but to grow, to transform, to shine. Let us be intentional. Let us be generous. Let us give feedback that resonates, because every word we offer, whether it's before, during, or after the oral exam, has the power to inspire a student to believe in their voice. And to all the students listening, your voice matters. Your learning is important, and your growth is the journey we are proud to walk with you. So let's make feedback not the end of a process, but the spark of everything that comes next. Here, I will give you final tips. For us to complete an effective feedback, we require the combination of the formative, the immediate, the reflective, and the summative elements to promote deeper, long lasting learning. So remember, say what they did very well, what to improve, and offer a challenge. I invite you that from now on, consider offering feedback to all the students that come to you through an oral evaluation. I am sure that it's going to be a very exciting experience. Enjoy it. Here I have some bibliography that you can consider to read, to revise, and also to analyze and become more reflective on how you can improve as a teacher, as a professor, as a guide, as a supporter, the best way of offering feedback to your students. Blessings.